She's brazenly admitting that nobody in those Rust Belt areas, in the areas which Trump beat her, likes her. And she's saying that that's a good strategy to continue to ignore those people in 2018 and in 2020.
And they say they hate flyover country. They say they hurt Christians. They're telling all the white, black, Hispanic, you name it, folks in the Rust Belt, you don't frickin' matter because you don't have a high GDP.
Yeah, it's just supreme arrogance and idiocy. I mean, she's the best friend the Trump campaign can have in 2020.
All right, ladies and gentlemen, we are back live with Paul Joseph Watson. Been working on Lee Stranahan's Skype. He's frozen, but we'll still get his audio. Paul, where do you think this is going next? And you know, now we've got the removal here of Tillerson, who we know is playing ball with the globalist, his deputy. Just overall, what's the big worldview on what's happening right now?
Well, in terms of the election, Hillary Clinton is the greatest ally Donald Trump can ever have. I've got this clip which they're going to play later, where basically she says, "Oh, but I'm the top candidate amongst the highest GDP areas on both coasts. I'm the best candidate." She's brazenly admitting that nobody in those Rust Belt areas, in the areas which Trump beat her, likes her. And she's saying that that's a good strategy to continue to ignore those people in 2018 and in 2020.
And they say they hate flyover country. They say they hurt Christians. They're telling all the white, black, Hispanic, you name it, folks in the Rust Belt, you don't frickin' matter because you don't have a high GDP.
Yeah, it's just supreme arrogance and idiocy. I mean, she's the best friend the Trump campaign can have in 2020. She's falling downstairs again. Now, remember, CNN told us that Trump was physically unfit, told us that he was deranged. It was completely proven otherwise, yet they continued to do it. The same people who said questioning her health was a conspiracy theory. She's got two guys holding her up at the end of that clip, and she's still stumbling and falling down. And apparently now she's got some kind of hand injury as well that she's being treated for. So we were proven completely right again, but yet they still claim, oh, this was part of the Russian bot conspiracy network to claim Hillary was sick, or she was hacking away through every speech.
Well, you know, the word is she wasn't falling down in India. She was just dancing like Trudeau of Canada.
Exactly. So again, they called us every name under the sun for pointing out basic reality, that she was obviously ill. Then took their own conspiracy theory, said Trump was sick. That was proven completely false, and yet they still continued to do it. That's why everyone hates CNN. That's why they're collapsing.
And, Paul, they also say that Trump didn't really want to win the election. That's why he's announced 900-plus days early and has a new slogan, Keep America Great, and is in absolute ecstasy winning.
It's incredible. Also, with this Tillerson thing, Nancy Pelosi's came out today and basically said that he was fired because he stood up to Russia, that Tillerson was fired because he stood up to Russia, which is interesting because when Tillerson was nominated back in 2016, Pelosi came out with another statement and basically said Tillerson was a Russian agent. So he's a Russian agent when he gets nominated. When he gets fired, it's because he stood up against the Russians.
Well, that's because he got an ExxonMobil deal, which we should be trying to get the resources out of Russia. That helps everybody. They got more resources than any other nation or continent, Eurasia. And we need all that. And Tillerson got a big award for bringing industry to Russia. They're free market. They're Christian. We should be doing business with them.
Exactly, and now they're saying that other commentators like David Korn are saying that he was fired because of his comments about Russia yesterday. Okay, he was told he was going to be fired on Friday. It was before he made any comments about Russia. But literally everything has to be fed into this Russia.
And there's only been 1 minute of coverage on the news that the House said no Russian collusion, but evidence of Hillary collusion. Let's bring in Lee Stranahan here, who was having some Skype problems, but he's on phone now. Lee, we're all under attack. Paul's being sued by extension. Leanne McAdoo is our reporter. You are. But I got to say again, the video of you and Leanne, we've already had it reviewed by legal folks. It's total journalism. It's just insane. So, again, I agree with you. I think this is a PR stunt. The problem is we can't let them keep doing the PR stunts. That's why we're preparing lawsuits against all these people. And I'm not just saying that. I don't want to sue people. But what do we do next? What are other key points you want to tell folks?
Well, I think one of the big things here, one of the things I loved about the lawsuit was just seeing, it says InfoWars is being sued through a company which is named Free Speech. What is it? Free Speech?
Free Speech Systems.
LLC?
Yeah, so they're suing free speech.
I love that. I love the irony of it. That they're showing free speech.
You know when I named the company that? You know when I named the company that like 15 years ago and I incorporated, I did it in case it was ever a lawsuit. They'd be suing free speech.
No, I'm not surprised, Alex. I'm not surprised. I mean, because this is the thing. And Paul makes a great point. And by the way, hi, Paul. What's going on here is the revolution started in 2007. Two things happened in 2007. The markets collapsed, and everybody realized that they've been buying into things. And out of that, you got Occupy Wall Street and the Tea Party movement. But the other thing that happened was the iPhone was released. And the reason that's significant is they know in the media right now that we, the citizens, don't actually need them anymore. People can actually make up their own minds from a buffet of ideas. And the fact that people are getting their information from InfoWars, who is one of the only news outlets who, including outlets on the right, I will say this, including outlets broadly on the right, that will actually report on what the CIA, for instance, has been up to, right? Because a lot of right outlets don't want to touch that with a 10-foot pole, and you've been great on that. It's frightening them. And what they've done is they've exposed themselves for who they really are. They are desperately afraid that people will figure out that, I said this on my radio show this morning, we're watching with this thing in England right now, a real-time Gulf of Tonkin. The Gulf of Tonkin, how long did it take for people to figure out they've been lied to? It took years, right?
Took 40 years.
Right now, it took years. Right now, people are able to look at the data and go, you know, there's something weird about this.
Exactly. Gulf of Tonkin took 45, 50 years till it was declassified. Now we figure it out in days.
That's right. And it is a race, and the elites are aware of this. It is a race to see whether they can shut down free media, and this is why we're seeing Twitter, Google. I've been told by people in Silicon Valley that they're under threat of antitrust. Just ask yourself, Alex, remember the Microsoft suit in the 90s? Who's bigger, Google now or Microsoft in the 90s?
Google.
Answer's obvious, right? Answer's obvious. Who's bigger, Amazon now or Microsoft in the 90s?
Amazon.
So they could be shut down today, right? They could.
And you saw Trump's new campaign head warn them last week. What do you make of that?
Well, I've known Brad Parscale for about 20 years. I used to work with him in San Antonio, actually, at a high-tech company 20 years ago. And I'm very happy to see Brad on there because Brad knows tech. He's very ambitious. He's very professional. But God bless him for warning people. And this thing with you, you got two community standard strikes, correct? Is that what happened?
They did 4, and then they kept removing them. Yeah, exactly. But we're down to 1.
I got 3 community standard strikes, and they deleted my entire YouTube account. So I'm a little jealous, Alex.
But see, no, exactly. That's why I keep talking. Ours came back because it was too obvious. They want to do all these fake suits and then ban us, but thousands of channels are still gone.
That's right, yes. But the beauty of what you've done with InfoWars is they could take you down on YouTube tomorrow. People would still be able to get InfoWars through a variety of means, and YouTube just wouldn't go through YouTube. So this is what they're afraid of, and there's a real race going on. I really believe this between the people who are promoting free speech and a marketplace of ideas. You don't have to believe me.
Sure, you just agree on free speech. And Lee, you're right. I'm sure you saw the Microsoft CEO, not Microsoft, and we're talking about Microsoft, the News Corp CEO a month ago said this is the plan. They're going to set the precedent with us, then everybody else. This is them coming for the First Amendment. We need to talk more in the next week or so on air about the suit, coordinating. I love seeing you on David Knight during the morning. Lee Stranahan, thank you so much. CitizenJournalismSchool.com. Sorry about the problems today. We'll talk to you more.
Thanks, Alex. Appreciate it. Take care,
you. Paul. Great points from him. Paul, I want to come back. I know you got a full wrath, and I'm begging Paul to do more than just an hour a week. Everybody loves him so much, and we need Paul. And Tommy Robinson's going to meet with him on Friday for a big interview they're going to do. We're about to launch our London, UK, EU headquarters, which I've already got backing to do if Paul will take Excalibur from the stone. Or I'm going to beat him upside the head with it, actually, if he doesn't take it out of the stone.
If you are receiving this transmission, you are the resistance. transmission from FEMA Region 6 in occupied North America.
There is a war. It's happening now. It will decide the fate of humanity. The time to choose sides has come. We are the resistance. We are the info war. The globalists are losing, but they're doubling down their attacks. There's one thing they fear, and it's people power. InfoWars has defeated their censorship so far only because of you spreading the links, spreading the articles, subscribing, clicking the notification buttons, and getting the articles and videos out. But they are intensifying their censorship, so now it's more important than ever to ensure we keep the First Amendment alive and well right here in America and free speech worldwide. So from Australia to countries in Africa, to Europe, to Mexico, to right here in the USA, I salute you all for taking action and defending free speech. We will prevail. I'm so excited. The new product at InfoWarsLife.com in a glass bottle, 2-month servings, filled to the brim, filled to the absolute top, the real red pill. This is a heart and brain pill, a nootropic that doesn't have any stimulants in it. But boy, does it stimulate, because it's beyond that. Quite frankly, I just went off what I saw medical doctors prescribing to their patients, but it wasn't prescription, but they were charging people $100, $200 for the formulae, and I came up with our own formula, working with some scientists and developers, non-GMO, made right here in America, 120 capsules, and ladies and gentlemen, you add the pregnenolone to it, which is the precursor to all the hormones that your body has to have to even make the hormones in your glands. It is amazing. Red pill, now available at InfoWarsStore.com, and your purchase funds the operation.